What's the first domino here? What player?
It's kind of hard to know what the first domino is because there's so many teams that have a lot of cap space this year. But I think the most important one is Kawhi Leonard. Coming into the summer, I thought there were three guys who were head and shoulders above everybody else in terms of talent in the free agency class, which is Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. Unfortunately, two of them got injured for all of next season, basically, in the NBA Finals. So that leaves Kawhi Leonard as the one guy who can change teams and really make an impact. I think, to me, he's kind of the kingmaker of the summer and of next season because I think he's either going to stay in Toronto, which if he does, they're, at least, the co-favorites to get out of the East and potentially win another title, or he's going to go to the Clippers in the Western Conference. And if he goes there, with the amount of talent they have around him, I think they're arguably the favorites to get out of the West and go to the finals. And there really isn't another guy on the market now, especially with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson hurt, that can change the landscape like that. So I think Kawhi's decision is the most important one because it's going to have a huge impact on, where the league looks going into next season and what teams are going to be favored to make it to the NBA Finals.
And what is his reality, do you think? How does this play out?
Well, to be honest, Dan, I don't think his reality is much different than what it was before he got hurt, other than that he's going to miss next year. And when I say that, I mean that I don't think his market is going to change. I think all the teams that were going to pay him or be willing to pay him are still going to pay him a max. I think the Warriors will still offer him a 5-year max. I still think, the Knicks and the other teams that are interested in will still offer him a 4-year max. And, he's obviously going to miss next season, but I still think all the teams will take a chance on signing him. And frankly, I don't even think it will really change whatever his decision was going to be. Because again, he's made, I don't even know, probably $300 million when you factor in his shoe deal. I think he signed a $300 million shoe deal a few years ago with Nike.
Wow.
He's already signed, he's already signed a bunch of, $30, $40 million contracts, right? So I think he's going to choose wherever he decides he wants to go based off of the same calculus he was going to before. Because, again, he's going to miss next season, but then he'll play the next three. And even if he's 85% of the guy he was before the injury, that's still better than just about everybody in the league. So I would think, if I was one of these teams, I would just sign him to the same deal I was going to and just get him for 3 years instead of 4. And I think that is how, most of these teams are looking at it. Obviously, you want to bring him in and look at him, but I still think that, given where the league is, if you get a chance to sign Kevin Durant, you take the chance and you sign him.
Give me your hot free agent prediction that in 2 weeks will come true.
My hot free agent prediction.
Yeah.
I think Kawhi Leonard's going to stay in Toronto. He has the medical staff, the coaching staff, the front office have all earned his trust there. Obviously, the season went as well as it could have.
Are we talking 1-year deal, Tim, which I've been saying I think that seems like the option, or 1+1, or do you think he's going to sign a 5-year deal?
It's really hard to say. I mean, there has been some chatter about him signing a short-term deal and either re-signing there or leaving. I could see that going either way just based off what he decides to do. Because, again, we just saw Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson get hurt the last 2 games of the NBA Finals, right? Does that change the calculus for some of these guys who maybe thought about signing short-term? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and find out.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.